All right, Sean Williams, recruiting editor with PowerMizzou.com. We are here with one of Missouri's big top tier targets in the 2026 class and Rivals 250 quarterback Michael Clayton II. Michael, man, first off, how are you doing today? And just talk about how things are going with you.
Oh, I'm doing good. Really just focused on the season, just trying to get my guys going. Second day of fall camp is going really well. I can't wait for the season, and that's what I'm focusing on right now.
Yeah, it is that time of the year where you're getting prepared for the upcoming season. So I'm sure there's a lot of excitement going on with you right now, getting ready and everything like that. Obviously, here to talk about Missouri. I know you were here. You were at Missouri back in June. You returned over the weekend. So I know Missouri is kind of a big deal for you in terms of your school list and everything like that. So just talk about your most recent visit over this past weekend. What was kind of different about that opposed to your visit in June?
Yeah, definitely just getting around them a lot more. It was great. Getting to spend time with Coach Moore, Coach Drink. It was amazing. And the rest of the guys on the staff, they treated me like royalty. I had a great time. Got to get my mom up there. Last time I only went with my dad, so just
Okay.
to get my mom up there so I could have both parents just to check it out. All three of us definitely loved it.
Yeah, yeah. Talk about that. I mean, you've been. It's the second time you've been up there in the last 2 months. Just talk about your relationship with the coaches. We'll talk. We'll kind of start with Coach Moore. What do you like about his personality and coaching style and everything like that?
I love how much of a good person he is. My parents said the same thing. We just love that his personality. I feel like it fits me a lot. I could definitely see myself getting coached by him every day, being around him every day. Same as Coach Drink. I feel like both of them are like a dynamic duo in a sense. I like them two a lot, um, and I love Coach Moore a lot.
Yeah. Kind of curious, just conversations you had with both those guys. What are they really, especially when they kind of got involved in your recruiting process initially and offered you, what they really say they like about your skill set and everything like that.
Really just um, the skill and then just how rapidly fast I'm developing. They say that I don't really have a ceiling. You could see from about a year ago to now how much I've jumped, and just can see that in the future. They love everything about my game, and they were just telling me when I was up there how I could fit in their offense and be the lead person in their program.
Yeah. You mentioned coming up there, you visited the first time with your dad, and this time you visited with your mom. Was there anything you kind of did this time around that maybe you didn't do the first time around? Like in terms of getting to experience maybe more campus or more of the town, things like that.
Um, I got to go out to lunch with a lot of the coaches. I got to see around campus more. I got to see the facility again. Got to see freshman living. All that stuff was amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I know you talked when you visited back in June. You talked to John Garcia on the network, and you mentioned talking to Brady Cook and just kind of picking his brain a little bit. I mean, how are those conversations going? And have you did you get to talk to him again while you were in town this past weekend?
I didn't get to talk to him,
Okay.
but it was nice being up there still. Just spending a lot of time with Coach Moore in his office and going over their offense. Seeing how they use him was just amazing.
Yeah, I know you said kind of similarities in your game and Brady Cook's game, just the way you guys play. But talk about that Missouri offense. What do you like about it, and just kind of the way Coach Moore coaches his quarterbacks as well.
I love how pro style it is, honestly. With outside zone, lots of play action, deep shots. It's very explosive. I feel like me coming in there, I can really dominate college football in that offense.
Yeah. Good deal. I know you obviously you're from Florida. Are you familiar? We talked about you having a conversation with Brady Cook. I mean, what other players have you kind of had conversations with on their roster and got a kind of maybe got a chance to hang out with on your two visits?
I haven't really yet. Definitely plan on it when I go up for a game. Definitely just being able to pick their brains, but so far I have not.
Gotcha. So you're planning to come up for a game this season?
Yes, sir.
You got like one picked out yet, or you still
I
kind of
don't.
waiting?
I don't. I still need to talk to my parents about it.
Yeah, gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, well, kind of curious too. You know, you talked about checking out the dorms and checking out the town and everything like that. How much you like in Missouri now? You've been up there like twice the last 2 months. It seems like you got a really good relationship with Coach Moore, Coach Drinkwitz. I know you know back in June you mentioned that they're like a top one, tier one offer for you. So how much you liking them after the second visit now?
It was great. I'm loving them a lot. They're definitely one of my top schools, and I can definitely see myself there for sure.
Yeah. What's kind of hitting your overall recruiting process? You know, we're obviously we're Missouri centric here, but what other schools you've been out to this summer, and what other schools maybe you plan to get out to game day visits to this fall as well?
I went to a lot honestly during that June period, just
Hmm.
getting one my face out there to all the colleges, and also being able to narrow down my schools. I definitely plan on going to about 5 or 6 games. I'm not sure which ones yet, um, but definitely like 5 or 6.
Yeah, I know. Like you said back in June, you're kind of waiting to narrow your list down. Like at schools, are you still planning to do that pretty soon? What's kind of your game plan on that?
I'm definitely gonna drop like a top 10 around there soon. Not sure when yet, but I definitely will soon.
Yeah. I got you. I also saw where you maybe thinking about committing sometime in December around your birthday, right? Is that still a
Yes.
possibility for you?
Yes. Definitely. My
Okay.
birthday is December 11th, so it's not
So,
confirmed, but
yeah.
definitely do it around that time.
So something fans can save the date with, right?
Yeah.
As a
Yeah.
possibility.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's key. You know, you see a lot of these 2026 quarterbacks. You know, they're kind of committing early, and teams kind of want them into class pretty early so they can get started recruiting with other guys and everything like that too. So, Um, what's we'll talk about your football background first. I mean, when did you start kind of start playing football? What age, and when did you kind of realize you're really good at it?
I started playing when I was probably 5 or 6, playing flag football.
Hmm.
But it was always my second sport. Growing up, I thought I was gonna be a basketball player. But that it got shut down after my 8th grade year when I won a national championship. So after that, um, after I won a national championship in football, I just kept rolling with it.
Okay, okay. Focused on football only, huh? So you don't play any other sports at your school?
I plan on playing basketball. I might play it this year.
Okay, gotcha. Well, let's talk about favorite players. We can talk about favorite basketball players too, since you started since basketball was kind of your first sport. Who'd you kind of watch basketball wise growing up?
I was a diehard Steph Curry fan.
Yeah,
I had all of his jerseys, all of his shoes. My my colors on my wall were blue and yellow, so like I was a diehard fan.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Steph
then for
definitely Steph definitely changing the game in the NBA in
oh
terms of
yeah,
shooting, so that's for
yeah,
sure.
and then for football, it'd have to be C.J. Stroud. I just love what he does religiously. How he puts God first, and then I feel like also our game on the field definitely matches. So
Yeah.
just being able to look at him as a role model, definitely he's my favorite player.
Yeah, definitely coming off a big rookie season, so a lot of big things happening with him as well. So yeah, well, it sounds good, Michael. It sounds like you got a lot of, you've visited a lot of places. Obviously have a lot of schools on you and everything like that, Missouri included. I mean, how you kind of taking the recruiting process overall, and just is it kind of overwhelming sometimes, or you pretty you handling it pretty well?
It was overwhelming at the start because I kind of blew up in a short span of time. So it was overwhelming at first for sure, but I definitely have got the hang of it now. Definitely prioritize football in real life,
Mhm.
but I definitely find time to text back or call back those coaches for sure.
Yeah. You talk about, just your summer and going to visiting different schools and camping different places. What are some things you're kind of like? Obviously, you had a big season last year. What are some things you're kind of focused on this all season, and maybe things you think you've really improved on overall in your game?
Definitely getting bigger. I put on 15 to 20 pounds. So that was a big thing for me, getting faster, being able to add that running component to my game. Is gonna, in my opinion, take me to the next level. Definitely getting in the classroom, learning the mental part of the game was big for me this year. Working with Jon Gruden on that, um, and then definitely working all the on the field stuff
Hmm.
that I always work.
Yeah, you mentioned Jon Gruden. There was that video. I think you shared it that you're working out with Jon Gruden, and I think there was a couple other people too, right?
Yeah, Mac Jones and Gabe Davis.
Yeah, yeah. How was that? How was that? Just being able to work with guys like that. How was that?
Oh, it was amazing. Being able to work with Mac Jones along with Jon Gruden at the same time. It was crazy to me. Gabe Davis is um, I've gotten close to him over the last few months, just training at his place, and whenever he comes, he treats me like family. So just being able to hang around him, and he's like a big brother to me. It's great. Being able to train with Mac Jones was a crazy feeling. Because I definitely was watching him when he was at Bama, at the Patriots. So just being able to be around him, just soaking it all in was amazing.
That's awesome, man. Well, Michael, that's all I got for you, man. I appreciate you taking the time to really, talk about your Missouri visit and then just kind of hit on your overall recruiting process and just kind of what lies ahead for you and everything like that in the future, man. Really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, sir.